The final 2-week stretch of the 2023 regular. We are underway, week 17 here on this New Year's Eve. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. Leading them out, someone who took the league by storm last year is the most famous Mr. Irrelevant ever. From Iowa State, it's Brock Purdy.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. First play, and Purdy wants to throw it. That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Now, this defense for the Eagles, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. That's sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Purdy set up the field. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Nolan Smith brings him down on the pass rush. What a great job getting pressure here on the first drive. 3 plays and already 2 sacks.
And that pressure has been intense right from the beginning. And I'm telling you, if they don't make an adjustment in play calling and protection, it'll go from intense to relentless.
It's taken to the 26. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, and they'll be aided by a loss of yardage on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. So here come the Eagles, the defending NFC champs, led out by a man who was the runner-up to Patrick Mahomes at MVP balloting a season ago. Of course, that's Jalen Hurts.
And what a game he is coming off of.
Oh, unbelievable.
Absolutely, and you know how much I love the history of the game. He broke a record held by the Dutchman,
Norm Van Brocklin,
right? You got to go all the way back to 1951. And
this will be caught at the 30. A huge play there for Houston. 49 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Delay of game, offense.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And that's going to be caught for the Eagles touchdown. Here's Watkins. 33 yards. And the Eagles are on the board first here this afternoon. Elliott good on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future as they look ahead to the offseason. What spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
A check on the numbers last week for Connor. 17 carries, 68 yards, and a touchdown.
And when you measure numbers for the guys that carry the football, it's not just the yardage. How many times do they ring the bell? How many times they get into the end zone? And now that he has 15 for the year, everyone gets to celebrate, starting with his offensive line.
Here's Purdy now in front and goal. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. Blake Gillikin on to punt here as he'll send this one away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. It's a 40-yard punt, but they lose yardage on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense making their way back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed, don't you?
I am impressed. That means
it's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Houston. Chris Watkins with career touchdown number 70. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Elliott now to add the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Purdy off the play fake. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Hassan Reddick in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got
pressure coming, and they got him once again. Jordan Davis in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches. When they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again, 3rd and long now. Here's Purdy. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Gets him that time as he goes down for a short loss.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Eagles. Chris Watkins. Again with his third touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Eagles have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Elliott good with a PAT. And that makes the score 21-0. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Under pressure, they got him again. They bring the man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
They'll fire deep, looking for more.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. It's Sidney Brown with it, and he'll return this ball across midfield to the... line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
And this is caught inside the 5. A huge play there for Houston. 45 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Now they bring a receiver in motion right.
He's going to handle it on the touch pass. Oh, and that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal?
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Flushed out right. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Ineligible receiver downfield.
A costly penalty there. A lineman got downfield, and for the moment, that cost him 6 points. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Throwing is Hurts.
Touchdown! Chris Watkins. What is going on here? 4 first-quarter touchdowns. Unbelievable.
And the Eagles are able to stretch out their lead.
Elliott good on the extra point. It is 28-0. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown.
So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over.
They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. They begin on the ground here with Connor.
Evades the tackler and now some space. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
Right back to Connor here on first. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Cardinal football here to start quarter number 2.
2nd and 12.
As they've got it as we resume action.
Throwing on 2nd down, it's Purdy.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Fair to say it hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And now the third down for incomplete as well.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down.
And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there.
Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles, and it is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we head into the postseason.
Competitive, entertaining postseason, that's what we're always striving for. But I think we get it during the regular season, too, because you never know how things are going to go during the final weeks of the season. Every team pulling out all the stops to get a better seed or just to get one of those 7 seats at the table.
And now a big play to start off this drive as the shot downfield is complete. A gain of 32 that time.
Despite writing it down in my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Going deep here for Watkins. This is caught inside the 15. A huge play there for Houston. 45 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
Flush to his right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Chris Watkins, an 11-yard touchdown.
And the Eagles are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
Elliott good with a PAT. That makes this 35-0 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
So out now come the Cardinals.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
That's to the longtime Eagle great Zach Ertz.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down. This is Connor running right, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Hassan Reddick coming through with a stop there and a tackle for loss to boot. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15.
Now Purdy. Slant pass. He's got Reynolds.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And 3rd down and 6 to go.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. There he goes.
And then after that sack, we'll pause here a moment because someone was shaken up on that play. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is taken around the 12. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Houston set to take over. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback?
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Houston. Chris Watkins, 82 yards.
And the Eagles have taken a 6-touchdown lead.
Elliott good on the extra point. And a rain is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Cardinal offense takes back over. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
They start the drive with Connor, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
A 2nd down throw for Purdy.
That is caught. Josh Reynolds. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Purdy looking to throw. Targets and finds Reynolds once more.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
From the 35, here's 2nd and a couple.
A give running right is Connor. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play.
That is caught.
And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Offside. Defense.
They knew they had the free play after the penalty. They get great yardage, so they can decline that penalty.
And one of the things we've seen develop more and more in recent years are teams seeing that penalty occur and still taking the big shot downfield and hoping to gain the yardage as we just saw there. They practice it, they work on it, and this time they're successful.
Purdy from the gun.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Michael Wilson. Touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Cards are able to at least get one score back. Prater for the extra point. And they get a bit of a respite here from what's been an otherwise dreadful first half of football. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. Charles, this offense, they've been on a roll. 2 drives ago they scored. Remember, last drive was that one-play touchdown strike, so now they're looking to make it 3 for 3.
You know, I talked to a Hall of Famer one time about, hey, when you're on defense and these types of things are happening to you, what goes through your mind? And he told me at that point, it's not about schemes. It's not about what's called from the sideline. It's about players.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Houston. Charles Watkins with career touchdown number 75. And the Eagles are pouring it on. Elliott on for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Brock Purdy and the offense back out there.
5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually...
Pressure comes and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Purdy now to throw. And this will be swung out here for counter.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They run behind center with counter, and they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Here's Blake Gillikin now.
And we'll see what he can do on the return. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Eagles offense going to take over late in this first half. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
He's going to look deep for Watkins. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Eagles. Cruz Watkins as the first half is winding down. And the Eagles will extend their lead here just before halftime. Elliott good with a PAT. And the route is on here in this first half. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And the Cardinals hands team able to secure the football.
Illegal touching. Offense.
Yeah, we saw that one up here, CD. Offensive team, they touched that before it went 10 yards.
Obviously such a fine line, letting it go the required 10 yards, but also getting to it before the hands team can. Just didn't time it out right, and that results in a flag.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
Purdy. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, with the offensive line, you're big concerned protecting your quarterback and giving him a chance to try and throw something downfield and pick up the needed yardage.
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here comes the Cardinals punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And the fair catch is made. It's going to pin him back here at the 7-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here.
Going deep here for Watkins. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. There he goes again. And he's in for the touchdown. Final play of first down. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the third quarter?
Elliott now to add the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve.
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter.
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Now it's 2nd and 10. They go play action with Hurts.
He's going to look deep for Watkins. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Hurts. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Running right, here's McAllister. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Now 2nd and 3. From the gun, it's Hurts.
And he whips that one incomplete there. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
But you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
They give him a gain of 37.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
Touchdown! Chris Watkins. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list.
And the Eagles extend their lead yet again.
Elliott got on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Yeah, the touchdown apparently wasn't enough. They're going to go for the onside kick here. And the Cardinals hands team able to secure the football.
Illegal touching. Offense.
Yeah, you got to win. Goes 10 yards. They did not. They hit it before, and that draws the flag every time.
And there's no doubt in my mind that converting an onside kick has never been tougher in the NFL with the new rules. So trying to get it to 10 yards, timing up perfectly.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Hassan Reddick, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance. Throwing on 2nd and long. Purdy under pressure, and they got to him again.
Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. That throw right side here going to be incomplete.
They certainly had a good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. Taking it about the 16. It'll be a 41-yard punt, give them 5 on the return. And now out comes Houston.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments.
And got his man complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. It's a gain of 34.
Everything's been going right here in this one. This offense, they've been in complete control from the outset. And here's another big play. These kind of routes have been open all game long, and they continue to take advantage.
Going deep here for Watkins. And this is caught inside the 5. A huge play there for Houston. 43 yards. Now that's 2 big catches that he's had on this drive alone.
And I can hear it right now. If they give up a third to him, whoever does that, go stand on the other sideline. You're persona non grata on our team at that point.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And maybe the wrong read there, as he's going to go down immediately.
Well, hold everything here, because this is about the last guy that they would want to see shaken up. Quarterback Jalen Hurts in some discomfort.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. On the carry, it's McAllister. Calling a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So tack on 3 more, though this, it's just a rare drive where they did not find the end zone.
Yeah, you're right about that, partner. But at this point, I don't think you're too concerned about that. You just want to possess the football for a while and drain the clock. If you can get 3 out of it, that's great too.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Throwing here, Purdy. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Back to throw, Purdy.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
Nolan Smith getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Trying to set up the screen, and it's intercepted. And they're going to get the football just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's 2nd down.
Now Franks.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Franks.
And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Eagles take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down.
Here's Purdy.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
2nd and 10.
Connor up the middle. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. Back to throw. Purdy in trouble, and he's taken down. That's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He'll look to set up his blockers.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt.
And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Now a timeout called for by the offense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Setting up play action. Franks.
He's going to look deep for Watkins.
Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
And the attempt at 3 will have to come from the other end of the field as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
They go play action with Franks.
Going deep here for Watkins. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Up huge on the scoreboard, and they're still trying to add to their total. That shot doesn't connect, but I don't think it'll dissuade them from attempting another one.
Off the play fake. Here's Franks.
He's going to look deep for Watkins. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Eagles. Throws Watkins. He flat out can't be stopped.
And the Eagles extend their fourth quarter lead, and they are closing in now on a 14-win campaign.
Elliott good on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Oh, this is a touch cruel here. They've got the big lead. Now they're going for the jugular with the onside kick.
And the Cardinals' hands team able to secure the football. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Now Purdy. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lasted one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Purdy with it on 3rd and long.
And that is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And that is no good. And they will remain well behind.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47.
Franks now.
They'll roll him out right.
And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. But Charles, they're still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, there are a lot of big grins, I think, from people in their families, from themselves. You're exactly right. Pad the stats when you get an opportunity. It'll certainly help you come contract time.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been excellent, 6 for 7. This is 3rd and 10.
The Franks looking to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
Touchdown! Chris Watkins finding the end zone yet again.
And the Eagles continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the 4th. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage, because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down.
It's another first down, as this time they get an even 20. Out of the gun, Purdy.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
Nolan Smith.
Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
Now Purdy. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. Purdy looking to throw.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the... There he goes, right side. And he's into the end zone. It's a 4-2 touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for him.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
So here's the kickoff now, as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Cardinals offense ready to set up shop. And they have done themselves absolutely no favors to earn a win today in this one, Charles. The turnover woes continue. On that last drive, they had that fumble that led to a touchdown.
And Brandon, I would say they have a mission on this drive, and the bottom line is protect the football, just put together something that they can let the last drive go. Yeah, it was a bad play. They gave up points, but that doesn't mean it has to go that way the rest of this ball game. Do what you do best on offense and try and put the ball in the end zone yourself.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try to throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
On 3rd down, it's Purdy.
Had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
And this will be taken at the 13. A punt of 46, a return of 5.
Eagles set and ready for their next offensive drive.
And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. He's got a man, complete. Down the sideline he goes. Touchdown, Eagles.
Calvin Austin.
82 yards.
And the Eagles just continue to roll. Well, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up the secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Purdy's throw into the hands of Reynolds here. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Purdy now to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. It just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now as he's on to kick it away. This is taken at the 23. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 21 yards. Well done on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Franks.
Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Off the play fake. Franks. He'll rifle this one deep right side.
And that's going to be incomplete.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Off play action. Franks. And that is incomplete.
Well, let's face it, not a lot left for them to prove in this game, but they're still throwing the football. I guess, of course, CD, you can always get the backup some work. There's new plays to try out. But some people, let's face it, they just want to run the score up. It's fun.
I love the way that you express that because you gave plenty of reasons why people like to do things. But ultimately, they just like to keep their foot on the gas, and they just want to tromp on teams. And what I like to see is, if you like to do that, how do you handle it when it comes back against you? On those days where someone can run it up on you, do you handle it the way that you expect your opponent to? If so, keep doing your thing.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They'll run for it here with McAllister. And they are going to score again. Another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Elliott on for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A drive that time of 6 plays. And I guess the touchdown wasn't enough. They want the onside kick as well. And the Cardinals' hands team able to secure the football. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, It was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Purdy from the gun.
And Wilson with it, complete. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Extra point good by Prater as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. And after the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. Houston's offense taking over again. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard. But they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Franks now to throw on 1st down.
Going deep here for Watkins. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Off the play fake, Franks. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Off play action. Franks. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And he's got it inside the 10. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
On did the kicking team get it? Yes. The onside kick works like a charm. Well, there you go. Just your everyday leading big, and the onside kick it with a lead. They got it. I mean, it worked, but interesting call.
I think because they have such a margin, they feel a little bit bolder about what they're doing. And it's not only just to try and increase their lead, but that's their way of saying we're in full control of this game.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now, this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Off the play fake. Franks. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. Going deep here for Watkins. And that's caught inside the 30. And they are going to score again. Another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball, and we see them the next time out.
Elliott good with a PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And the touchdown apparently not enough. They want more, an onside kick. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Purdy looking to throw on 1st down here.
That is caught. Josh Reynolds. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Prater for the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
Well, CD, we are witnessing something that I never thought that I would witness. I would imagine you never thought this, too. I mean, we have a team taking the field in an NFL game, and they are up by triple digits. I mean, 50 is a lot, but to get to over 100, this is just crazy.
We've seen in the history of the game of basketball a few people score 100 points individually, men and women.
And this will be caught at the 30. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, the action just coming fast and furious right now. If you got up to go get a drink from the fridge, you picked the wrong time. 2 long touchdowns.
Yeah, and that's how you answer a one-play drive with a one-play drive of your own. And you're exactly right. If you step away from the action, my dad took me to a Major League Baseball game when I was 8. I needed to go to the bathroom. Of course, while we're in the bathroom, grand slam home run.
Well, it tends to happen that way, doesn't it?
Yeah, my dad still hasn't forgiven me.
And the Cardinals' hands team able to secure the football. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or...
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Purdy now on 2nd down.
Under pressure, they got him again. Calling a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
Purdy with one final shot here. And that is incomplete. Nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
Fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of it.